Hey, Falcons Nation, something just happened in Flowery Branch, and nobody wants to say the name out loud yet. Not the coach. Not the front office. Not even the player himself. But tonight there's a football field, a stadium full of lights, and a decision that's been building since March, quietly, painfully, snap by snap, rep by rep. And it just tipped. It tipped hard. And here's the part that's going to make you sit up. This isn't even the biggest story. Not today. Because while everyone's been staring at the quarterback room, holding their breath, 3 other men have been building something in the shadows. 3 names most of Falcons Nation still can't spell right. 3 players who might be the difference between another lost season and a team that finally breaks an 8-year playoff drought that has haunted this franchise since 2018. Stick with me. Because by the end of this, you're going to understand exactly why this specific roster, right now, in this moment, might be more dangerous than anybody outside of Atlanta believes. Let's start where it hurts. But before we go there, this is exactly the kind of story you can't afford to miss piece by piece. Smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and lock yourself into this channel right now. Because what's coming isn't just an update, it's the story that changes how you watch this entire season. Dirty birds don't sit on the sidelines. Rise up, hit subscribe, and let's go. Want me to also produce the full bilingual 8-minute Rotero version of this story, or is this intro the standalone piece for today? January 6th, 2018. That's the last time the Atlanta Falcons won a playoff game. Write that down. Sit with it. 8 years, Falcons Nation. 8 years since this team last tasted postseason victory. Think about how much has changed since then. The quarterback who started that game is now the team president. The head coach who won it has been replaced again, and replaced a 3rd time. This franchise has burned through QB1 like it's a rotating door, one different starter every single year since that trade sent the old guy to Indianapolis. None of it stuck. None of it worked. Not really. And now, in 2026, under a brand new head coach in Kevin Stefanski, the Falcons are standing at the exact same crossroads they've stood at for almost a decade, elite pieces everywhere else on the roster, and a giant, flashing question mark under center. But something changed this week. Something real. Tonight, the Falcons open their preseason. And the man trotting out with the first-team offense, under the lights, in front of a national audience that's been dying for clarity, it's not the guy everybody assumed would win this thing in March. It's the other one. Kevin Stefanski stood in front of reporters and refused to hand him the job outright. "We're not there to name a starter for week 1, he said. "We'll cross that bridge when we get to it." Careful words. Coach speak. But actions? Actions don't lie, Falcons Nation. And tonight's action says everything. Here's what's really going on behind that guarded statement. This offseason, one quarterback was supposed to have the inside track. A former first-round pick, drafted 8th overall in 2024, with all the physical tools in the world, and a knee that simply would not cooperate. He fought through spring practices limited. He fought through training camp limited. And then, just when Falcons fans hoped for a breakthrough, there was a setback. A real one. He's still not cleared for full contact work. In his own words, he says he can do just about anything except take a hit. That's a brutal sentence for a competitor to say out loud. Meanwhile, the other quarterback, a former Dolphin, a guy who watched his old team walk away from him this offseason in the most staggering way possible, leaving behind a record-breaking dead money number that will follow that franchise for years, signed in Atlanta on what amounts to a prove-it deal. Barely over $1 million. A 1-year audition. And he has quietly, steadily, taken over this competition rep by rep, until tonight, when he leads the offense out first. Nobody's officially crowned him. Stefanski won't say the word. But Falcons Nation, you already know what tonight means. You already feel it in your chest. This is the beginning of an answer this franchise has needed since 2018. Now here's where this story turns into something even bigger. Because while the quarterback drama sucked up every headline this offseason, 3 other players were quietly building the case that this Falcons roster is far more dangerous than its playoff drought suggests. First, the safety. A rookie a year ago, selected in the 3rd round after tumbling further than anyone in Atlanta's front office expected. Their own defensive coordinator admitted it out loud. He thought this player would be long gone by the time the Falcons picked. He wasn't even fully on the board. And then, somehow, impossibly, he fell to the Falcons at 96th overall. What did Atlanta get for that gift? A rookie season where he allowed just 21 catches on 30 targets thrown his direction, forced 5 interceptions, broke up 6 more passes, and helped anchor a Falcons secondary that could hold up against anybody. Paired next to a veteran safety with championship pedigree, this young man isn't just a piece of the defense anymore. He's becoming the foundation of it. Second, the pass rusher Falcons Nation needs to know by name before the season even starts. Because here's the truth nobody wants to admit, Atlanta's pass rush took a gut punch this offseason. One promising rookie is out for the entire 2026 season with a torn ACL suffered in training camp. Another key contributor is facing a lengthy suspension for off-field issues. A veteran linebacker walked in free agency. That's 3 losses to a unit that ranked 2nd in the NFL in sacks just 1 year ago. So what did the Falcons do? They found a bargain. A former 2nd-round pick who once posted 10 sacks as a rookie in New York, who flashed 7 more sacks 2 seasons ago, and who signed in Atlanta for barely over $1 million after an injury-shortened stint elsewhere. The Falcons' own general manager said it himself, this player plays with the tenacity they're looking for. Falcons Nation, keep an eye on this name. If health cooperates, this could be the most disruptive value signing on the entire roster. And third, the rookie receiver who might already be the steal of the entire draft class. A dynamic, undersized playmaker who caught over 80 passes in his final college season, who ran a blistering 4.35 second 40 at the combine, and who led the entire NCAA in one specific, terrifying category, screen passes turned into explosive gains. Atlanta's new head coach has already praised how this rookie attacks every single practice rep like it's a playoff game. And here's the part that should make defensive coordinators nervous. This kid comes from bloodline. His uncle is a Hall of Fame speed receiver who never stopped stretching the field vertically. If the Falcons ever let this rookie run free downfield the way his uncle did, Falcons Nation, watch out. Whoever wins this quarterback job is inheriting more support than any Falcons signal caller has had in nearly a decade. This offseason, Atlanta locked up its foundation. A star receiver got paid. A dominant young tight end got paid. The best running back in professional football got paid. A steady, physical presence on the offensive line got paid. This isn't a rebuilding roster hoping a rookie quarterback saves them. This is a fully loaded roster that has been waiting, patiently, painfully, for its quarterback room to simply catch up to everybody else. 8 years since a playoff win. An entire era of quarterback chaos. A safety who fell into Atlanta's lap. A pass rusher signed for pennies who could be a difference maker. A rookie receiver already outgrowing his draft slot. And tonight, under the lights, a quarterback finally takes the field with the first-team offense, and for the first time in a long time, Falcons Nation has real, tangible reason to believe. This isn't hope built on nothing. This is hope built on evidence. This is a roster with juice at every level, finally getting the piece it's been missing. Falcons Nation, this is your team. This is your season. Rise up, dirty birds, because the wait might finally be over. Smash that like button, drop your prediction in the comments, and subscribe right now, because you are not going to want to miss what happens next. The 2026 Atlanta Falcons are coming. Go Falcons!